This should work. Okay. We're live. Okay. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to GB versus PO, not who, as commonly referred to by members of PO. We were supposed to have a stream with me and Vidamid. However, it is too late for Vidamid. Blame it on these teams for delaying the game. But instead, you get a treat. It's me and...
What? It's me.
Yeah, it's her. It's me and Elena. We're gonna hit you with the sick play-by-play and color casting. I hope it will be a good time, right, Elena?
Yeah, it's gonna be a fucking good time.
Fucking good time. Wait, those are the wrong teams, Elena. Hello.
Wait.
Oh, Annie, first banned by GB. That seems to be a pretty popular ban or pick. It's already kind of spammed the waters of BTL. Thoughts, Elena, on Annie as a pick in this meta? Supporting Annie, whatever.
I think I've only played against it once, so I don't know. And he's kind of annoying.
Kind of annoying. That's not what we like to see. But we do have an Ivern target ban against Worm on GB. That seems to be a pretty popular ban against Worm.
If you're not banning Worm's champions out, are you even playing in BTL?
It's true. It's true. If you're talking about banning Worm's champions, then what else are they gonna ban? Are they gonna ban the Shaco, Alina? The Zachary?
There's Shaco, Zach, Amumu.
Is that it? That's all the champions?
That's all Worm plays.
Oh my. Okay, well, let's see where he'll go. Amumu was banned by GB, though, interestingly enough, so...
Why would they take that away from Worm?
I know, how dare they? They're making it harder for Worm. He needs to prove himself.
Prove yourself.
Alright, well, Pio, don't trick me, has banned Ivern and Zaya, though. Zaya, pretty popular ban against the Nick Mead, the Zaya 2 trick, maybe, himself. What else do you think the last ban is going to be, Elena? Okay, well, it's Jin Weastwood. Okay, Jin Weastwood it is. So it's going to be 3 ADC bans, a couple other bans across the board, but GB with the first pick. Anything that really sticks out to your brain as a first pick here? I'm thinking, I mean, there are some power picks like Maokai still on the board. GB might pick it. I don't know if Worm plays it, though.
It's not part of his 4 champions.
Ooh. But Zach is, right? Do you think this is this could be a Zach flex pick? I mean, I played it in mid. We've had Plo play at top lane. We've had plenty of jungle Zachs. I think Zach in this meta in BTL is a pretty strong pick. It's pretty easy engage, hard to mess up, and a lot of times in BTL teams just like to duke it out. Zach is really good in fights that get a little bit messy. He's super disruptive. I think will be a pretty strong pick here. A pretty strong first pick, even though it's a little counterable maybe. The Heimerdinger hovered. It's not going to be a Heimerdinger. It's going to be the Janna. It's going to be the
that's
Janna.
a Gurk 7 pick.
That is a weird pick, but I think they want to deal with the engage here. Zach has a ton of engage. Janna can interrupt the Zach mid-dash. Whenever he's flying through the air, you just knock him out with Tornado. Also, Maokai is pretty good into Zach. This is a pretty good team to build space and try to disengage the fights that Zach wants to start. Build some space for the AD carries for the mid laner to play. And we know Jay Chung's champion pool. Everything that Jay Chung does is zone control oriented, damage oriented. He plays the Victor, the Vel'Koz, the Xerath. I think this is a pretty strong core to get him safety to play those champions into Zach. Mm-hmm. But GB, on the other hand, Varus Zyra, they're going to go with a bit of range in the bot lane. That's going to be a lane that's pretty oppressive to play against. Would you pick ADC here, Elena? And if you would, what ADC would you pick into this?
Would I pick AD here? Probably. I think with Janna against these people, I don't know. Who would I want here? I was about to say Sivir actually, and they might. Would they lock?
They did lock.
They did lock Sivir.
Okay, Sivir it is. I think Sivir here in this draft might be lacking a little bit of the range. They're gonna get shoved in for sure against the Varus Zyra. But again, when we're thinking about the theme of safety into Zach, seems pretty safe.
Be safe.
This could be kind of a rehash of the draft that MVP actually had last time that Anne-Marie played, where you guys saw an engage comp and then drafted the Sivir and the Morgana bot lane to prevent the engage comp from working. I mean, clearly it worked then. Do you think this is going to have the same effect in this draft as Swain gets banned out by Pio?
Ooh. Hello, gentles. I mean, I guess we'll see what the rest of GB picks, but...
I think I need to bump your volume a little. Alright. Try this and then say something.
Hello?
Yeah, that's better.
Hello?
There we go. Okay. Well, Jack's banned out from GB, or by GB, from Walker. Tristana gone. They saw that Zyra brought some magic damage, so they're thinking Tristana could still be an option for the mid lane. And J-Chung's pool doesn't generally play well into Tristana, so could be a pretty insightful ban there.
Does Don't Tell the Boys play Trist or Varus?
He did last game, actually, and it did not go so hot. But they picked it really early, and they got their entire comp counterpicked. They've learned their lesson, however. This time, they're not picking in the first 3. They're letting Don't Tell the Boys get some time before he has to show his hand fully. And it's going to be Jackson Camille away from Walker. The Anivia picked in the mid lane. It's back to the zone control concept. They're going to try to build tons of space away from the Zac so that Anivia and Sivir, specifically Sivir in this comp, can free hit. And if Sivir can free hit, this could be a pretty dangerous game to play against Pio. But GB does have a lot of tools against the Sivir. They have lots of range. Varus, Zyra, really strong into the lane. And later in the game too, Sivir is going to struggle to hit them if they have any strength. Galio, they're going to try to break the disengaged composition with a really hard engage from Zac Galio.
Who's the last one?
It's going to be potentially a blind pick on the top side for Steven, unless that Zac is actually a top flex. I doubt it, but Steven is going to have the blind pick into Walker. He's going to pick the Yone. It hasn't been locked yet, but Yone locked in. It's a playable blind pick here, and I actually think it's really good for their comp. But Yone will need to make sure, yeah, he has to rely on Zac, Varus, ult, etc. to set up his ability to get on the backside of fights. Galio on top of that will make it easier. They do have a lot of setup for it, but they also are running into a comp with Maokai ult, Sivir speed, Anivia wall, Janna's existence in general. And it's going to be the Aurelia into it. That's the Walker special. I don't think it particularly fits the rest of the comp.
That's kind of weird.
Doesn't fit into their comp really, but even if it's not thematically consistent, it'll be a decent lane into Yone. He's going to have Maokai set up to get him some kill pressure in the lane. I don't think it's a terrible pick. We'll see how this matchup goes in the top side, but also around the map, because these compositions are so different when it comes to what they want to accomplish in game, what they want their mid game to look like. How do you think the arc of this game will go, Elena? Which team do you have favored in, say, like the early game? What team do you have favored going long? Do you think a team is going to really prefer to side lane here?
I think in traditional bubble tea style, the team that's going to win is going to be the one that takes less brain. So I think GB is going to win because of their team.
Okay. Fair. We've seen, especially last season in BTL, we've seen Rito Burrito take over on Aurelia and just make the game all about him. I wonder if this is a comp that can do that. It might be. When you have this much control with Pio's comp, you might be able to pick the engages that you really want. And if Aurelia can find the perfect fights to come in, side lane until the perfect fight happens, come in and get onto the back line, the backside of Varus Zyra, then that might be the win for Pio. But I do think that you're right. It is a little harder to play this comp out. You have to make sure that the zone is consistent. And if someone breaks in the backside, like you don't interrupt Zac on a jump, and he can get to your Anivia with Galio on top, I think that could spell disaster for Pio's backline. So a lot of this game really going to predicate off of, can GB find the engage, the flank engages onto the backside, set up the Yone, and make sure that their backside can play forward, Or can Pio deflect that attention and give Walker space to side lane and come in late
Oh.
to clean up the pretty squishy backline of GB?
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited to see Walker on a true carry like Aurelia again, though. We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be an Aurelia versus Yone top side. That is a pretty spicy matchup. I wouldn't be surprised to see a few solo kills here and there, though.
How's that lane supposed to go?
Fuck if I know. I don't play top lane. Top lane doesn't exist. But if it did exist, I would say that Walker probably wouldn't have counterpicked himself by picking Aurelia and a Yone. So let's just assume Aurelia wins.
Right. I'll assume that Walker has his Blitz app open.
Yeah, there you go. He's U.GG furiously right now. I mean, I think in terms of lane, it makes sense that Aurelia would probably just win this anyway. Yone's lane is not super great, and Aurelia's lane can get pretty tilty, especially like if there's a Maokai involved. I do think there is a world where Walker gets so far ahead from Maokai's involvement in this game, and if Aurelia's that far ahead, I think this could be a pretty difficult game for GB, even though they do have a lot of side lane assists. Like Yone side lane with Galio coming in can actually delay the Aurelia side lane monster that could happen, but Aurelia, I mean, with this comp, I think you're not side laning to win the game. You're side laning to find an opening where you can come in late, or come in like at the start of a fight behind them or something, alongside the Maokai ult, etc., alongside the Sivir rush, to really like find a fight. This comp, Pio's comp is going to excel when they have space first. If they're the ones that can set up around the Dragon, the Baron, if they're the ones that can put the ward line down and hold space, that's when they can play around the tornadoes, they can play around the Anivia wall, play around the Anivia ult, play around the Maokai ult. If they can do that, and Aurelia can be choosy on when and where she comes in, that could be the Pio ticket to success here. Similarly, I think if GB gets set up first, though, they can come from the darkness. They can have Zac on a flank or something, have Yone on a flank. They can come from sides and make this game really rough.
Where? How's that your stream is down, Brian?
What do you mean? Like on Twitch?
No. On Discord.
Oh, that's okay. We're not in game yet.
What am I watching?
I don't know. Here, you
Still
can watch the 30-minute delay. Nice 30-minute delay.
Let's look at what the people are predicting.
Sure, you can read the chat to me.
Let's see.
Let it be known that there are a couple subs this game. We've mentioned Worm already, but we also have the debut in Season 9 of Riot Gurg 7 on the Janna. That is a Gurg 7 pick for sure. He hasn't shown his face much around these parts recently. However, he was a core member of the Deep Dive team last season with Dan Lee for 3 and the Panting Puma and friends. We'll say friends. So I think it was Ender Wiggins, Man Puppet, that made the rest of that team out.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Right. So it's been a bit, but Gurg has proven to be worthy of the mantle. He's won a bunch of bot lanes last season on BTL, on Deep Dive and BTL. He can do it. Do it again. It's probably going to be a slow roll for him, but if he gets in tempo, his Janna might be the real turning champion in this game.
Oh yeah.
It's the one that can interrupt Zac the most consistently, right? It can stop Zac the most consistently. It can stop the engages from Yone and Galio if you time things correctly. It's going to be down to him to make those critical plays to give his team the space to play the game.
Okay, so
And if he does,
in the case of GB versus Pio, the audience says GB is going to win 53% to 47%.
Pretty close, pretty close.
Very close.
No value bets this time. If Chase is watching, no value for you.
Okay, but who's spending the points though? Asian Problems spent 12k to GB.
Ooh, she's got problems, but bubble tea points ain't one of them.
And then the highest voter for Pio was Mitchington with 5k. Oh wait, somebody just boosted GB's percent to 63%, and it was Vid who put in 10k points just now.
Wait, Vid, my potential co-caster? Hello?
Yeah,
I've been betrayed. I've been
Ban
betrayed.
him. Send him out of the
Oh
Twitch.
my god. Ban him? We would.
Ban him.
Wow, we would never do that unless you're the last Shyvana. If you're out there, yep. The joke is he's not out there. Get fucked.
Oops.
Oops. Alright. We're going to enter the game pretty soon. 10 seconds left on the clock. Is there anything you want to say to the crowd, Elena, before we get going?
It doesn't matter who wins this game because MBB is going to win in the end.
Okay. Fair. Thank you for your input.
Anyways.
Valued input. Oh, I don't have any overlays, Elena. I didn't take them. It's okay. We don't need them.
I thought Tim was streaming this.
It's supposed to be a cast game. I probably should have been prepared, but I wasn't. We're loading in. Once it's loaded in, let's switch the scene straight to the Rift. We'll check it out. You want to talk about the history of these teams a little, Elena? GB versus PO. Is this like a storied matchup? I don't know if it is. I don't think people talk about this in bated breath.
No, nobody talks about this at all.
What the heck? Okay, aggressive.
Well, GB's been around since, what was it, season 5?
Yeah, I mean, it's a legacy team. It's one of the 3 legacy teams. Yeah, that went into franchising, aka GB, the Milwaukee Bucks, baby, and Deep Dive.
And PO is a previous BTL championship team.
Well, 2 seasons ago. So last season is second breakfast.
Yeah.
They did meet each other when I was on PO. We did meet GB, Stevens GB, of course, in the lower bracket. And in the lower bracket, we had a banger. It was a 2-game series, but it was a banger. It came down to me getting a pentakills victor on our Nexus. A couple auto packs down and fighting back. So there have been some nail-biter moments in this matchup. We'll see if we get another one here. As there's an invade on the bot side, unscouted by either team. And an invade on the bot side as well from GB into PO's jungle, but neither team suspects anything at all. They're still just hanging around. And it could be that they just whip around each other and don't see each other. Or it could be here that Burrito recalls early, and it could be actually a 5v4.
Burrito.
No, Rito Burrito stops his recall. He starts it again. Oh, he's walking back to the team, but the big Zyra snare. Zach E under 4 members of the team, but Worm is alone. He's gonna flash over before he gets his passive proc. Rito Burrito flashes out of fear, and Kawasaki is stunned. Taken down. Po Panda. Oh, Jay-Chung gets egg. But over the wall though, so he's pretty safe. I don't think they'll have the damage to really output this, especially with the Jonder Tornado. It's so close. They can't get it. And so after this mayhem, level 1, there's only 1 kill. It looked like there could have been a lot more. There are a lot of flashes burned from both teams. 4 flashes out from PO, and then only 2 flashes out from GB. But GB did go down a kill, and they did have to invest some other summoners, like heal and ignite from the bot lane.
Oh yeah.
I mean, overall, I'm assuming that, PO and Po Panda's first blood got the better half of that. But by how much? I mean, do you think this is quickly? I mean, look at the bot lane. They're just coming back to lane right now. That is
the bot lane. Okay, so the thing is that Zyra took E first, so this lane that should have been heavily GB favored is like pretty even now early. So thank goodness for that.
I mean, especially they have a level disadvantage too. They came in lane super late.
Oh yeah.
Oh, big trade. Oh, Dota Boys actually hits the creep. Pushes the creep instead of hitting the Anivia, but he still has a decent amount of shove in this lane, and I think that will be the case early as Galio and Anivia anyway. Lots of heavy trading on the top side as Kawasaki Ace is building a little bit of CS advantage. It's a little deceptive because it really is picking up the wave, but it looks like he's getting the better half right now of the matchup as he gets the shove. Allure gonna try to CS with the boomerang blade, gonna thin the wave a little bit. And after a crazy level 1, looks like we've settled down a little into the natural lane state. Do you think there's anything that GB can do here, or do you think they will intentionally try to abuse the fact that they're actually up flashes? They have double flash and bot lane compared to the single flash. Oh, they might be right here. Schluckerbeer
Trying to have Q?
Worm trying to get the CC down. He has to flash, or Nick needs flash to secure the kill, but secure the kill they will. And Allura Xenia goes down for GB's first kill of the game. That's going to give them a lot of lane pressure on the bot side too. And it's a much closer game now. In fact, because of the CS differentials across the board, GB is actually hopped quite far ahead in gold for this stage in the game, up to a 400 gold deficit. Differential, I guess. Oh, and Rito Burrito might be in trouble here. He does have Street Wave with him, but Kawasaki Ace is doing tons of damage to him.
Oh,
and it's going to be a solo kill because
solo.
Rito Burrito does not have flash, and that spells disaster for the top side. I think Yon, with a few kills and some gold in his pocket, he can take over this lane. Ho Panda going to run straight into Worm. They're both going to go their separate ways. Don't Tell the Boys, gonna get CC'd up a little bit here. Auto attack down the lave as the wall pops up behind him. Elena, who do you think has the best summoner name in this game? Be honest.
What do we have? We have
got Kawasaki Ace,
Worm,
or Wormy, I don't know what people call him. Don't Tell the Boys.
Z, Nick Mead,
and Schluckerbeer versus Rito Burrito, Po Panda, Jay Chung, Allura Xenia, and Riot Gurg 7.
I would say on GB.
Nice CC chain here. Oh, but Kawasaki Ace.
Coming back.
Nice little escape there. Doesn't have to even burn his flash. Not even close, really.
Yeah.
Tell me who doesn't win the award for sure. The best lane award.
I think we know who. I'm not gonna say.
Not gonna. Okay, it's a reference, Elena. Get cultured, Elena. Oh, Rito Burrito might be in a little bit of trouble. Or is it Kawasaki Ace in trouble? It's both of them in trouble. They're very low. But the problem for Rito Burrito, is that he's dead! Or is he? Oh, the big turnaround. Kawasaki Ace gets another solo kill. Look at it take over from the top side on the Yon. Allura gonna drop again. Tons of damage before the exhaust can even come out.
Tons of damage.
And it looks like lane advantage is everywhere, even in mid lane. Don't Tell the Boys has the level advantage, getting the shove, kind of ignoring the Anivia, in fact. Dealing a ridiculous amount of damage back. He barely lost any HP on that trade. He got the Aftershock proc off and just went to town. And now Pio having to fight back from a pretty tremendous gold deficit now. At 6.5 minutes, it's already cresting 2,000. This is not looking good.
Not the crest.
Po Panda gets whipped back to the honey fruit even. Jay Chung here, not the healthiest, but he's gonna sit and try to farm his mid lane out. Don't Tell the Boys trying to not let him do that. Gonna get very close to egging once again. So this is looking pretty dicey, Elena. Both the big damage carries and Yon. Oh, nice tornado to prevent Worm from whipping him back. That's the Janna in action there. We're gonna have to see a lot more of that if Pio wants to have a real chance.
A whole lot.
But yeah, it looks like the damage carries from GB are way ahead this game. Is there anything you would do to like shake things up here? Because whatever you're doing right now is certainly not working, as GB has gotten 2 solo kills on the top side and a lane 2v2 in the bot side, as well as a gank towards bot.
I mean, this feels really hard for Pio because sure they can disengage or counter engage, but if they're this far behind and with GB's engaged, it feels really hard for them to actually be able to sustain through any engage that might happen. Plus, they don't have anything to like start fights on their own really. So even if they wanted to do something, it feels really hard and really slow. Because you have like, what, Maokai the best engage? Janna flash ult or something? I don't know.
Yeah, the biggest danger I think is that if you're this far behind, you can't set up your objectives first, like right here.
Right.
GB is going to beat them every time in this objective. Kawasaki Ace is going to be here. It's going to be a 5-man stack on this dragon. Kawasaki Ace is just going to TP back to the top lane, prevent Rito Burrito from getting any plates or any extra advantage on the top side. It feels really easy right now when they have so much pressure in both side lanes and the mid lane as Galio looking to trade really, really easily into Olivia. When you have lane pressure literally nowhere, it makes the game pretty difficult to play. I don't actually know how Maokai is supposed to play this game. If he can't get lane pressure anywhere, there's just nowhere for him to go. There's nothing for him to do. If he ganks this Yone, it's a 2-in-1 Yone that has quite a lot of items over the Aurelia at this point. I think that it might be a dicey scenario, especially if the Zac is up there too, or they don't have really good tracking on the Zac. Mid lane, that 2v2 just looks terrible. I don't think you're killing anybody. And then bot lane, your bot lane is getting murdered right now.
Yeah, it's so doomed.
Difficult proposition for everyone involved. And if it's a Maokai ganking this bot lane just has too much range. I don't really think that Maokai is
too much range. And then you have to go through what Varus ult, Zyra E, Zyra ult before you can even touch them.
Yeah, got a lot of barriers here for them. I don't really know the PO way back in. It seems depressing to say that before 10 minutes. But this composition, I think, needs a real advantage to thrive. What are the comeback mechanics for this composition? There's not really... Oh, no. We don't talk about it.
It's a 3-0 Nick Mead.
My eyes are closed.
I don't even have eyes.
But, yeah, you know, wasn't the greatest. I think here is an attempt to put Rito Burrito back in the game as Maokai hovers for the counter gank. But surely if this is a 2v2, then Pio is about to get shit.
Yeah. Really on
and this is 2v2. Maokai coming in late. Worm drops low, but look how low Rito Burrito is.
Oh no.
Yone eats them alive. The double kill over to Worm.
Yeah.
Honestly, if that double kill had gone over to Yone, I would say just game over right here. 10 minutes, 45 seconds, 4-1. Luckily for Pio, the kills both go over to Zac, which isn't a good thing, but definitely better than if both the kills had gone over to Yone. But I mean, increasingly now, this looks like this game is just going to be an absolute blowout. 7-1 Brazil, by the way. But I don't really know if there's any way Pio can get back in this game. I don't want to say unlosable like Steven does and then the game is lost, but I think it's kind of unlosable. The only way is that somehow GB lets Pio get tons of control over an objective when maybe the Sivir has at least completed Kraken, and then they're able to just like play the fight out super slow. Tornadoes are perfect, and the engage can't happen. I mean, that's what you wanted with this comp in the first place, but I think it's so much harder to execute when people are super thick, especially the Varus actually, because the Varus has the range to deal with that zone control that the comp could offer otherwise.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, I would have considered going without a Varus here. I think the attack speed Varus is good in a lot of scenarios here, and you know they want it into like it's decent to Aurelia, decent to like Maokai. But on the other hand, if he went leaked out Varus, especially if he has a lead like this, that zone control comp does literally nothing to him. He can just sit there, cast arrows all day, be totally untouched with output.
Can't touch you at all. I mean, they already can't touch it, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Zyra plus leaked out Varus is also like kills everywhere, even in mid game. Bit of a lull state now. Olivia returning from the base. There doesn't seem to be much that Pio can do except get dove here. Oh,
there's the flash.
But now he puts himself in a bad spot with a flash and just gets burned down.
He tried.
Yeah, Olivia's here now. It's a little late.
Galio's here.
Galio, the whole squad. The egg is burning so quickly.
The egg.
Oh my goodness. Nibby gets scrambled. It's an IHOP over here. Here's Cold Panda taking on Yone. He's getting chopped down. Rito Burrito here just trying to bail him out. Oh, he flashes over the stun and dashes through to kill the Maokai. But Rito Burrito hits the ult back on Kawasaki Ace. It's an anime fight. We're watching Trigun. Oh, The knives guy won. Actually, that makes a lot of sense if you've seen Trigun. I'm just putting that out there. No spoilers or anything, but knives are kind of overpowered.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
Someone say he has sword. A sword? Swords? That's not nice.
Sword?
No spoilers.
Aurelia has a lot of knives.
That's true. Wait, no, those are also swords.
Blade?
No, those are. Wait, yeah, I mean they are blades. I don't think sword and blade are like mutually exclusive.
All swords have blades.
But all blades have swords? Wait a second. Oh, yeah. Damage to Nick Mead. Oh, worm. Have to get over the wall. And they do so pretty cleanly. It's 11-1 right now.
Red team's
I mean, it's a pretty sizable goal differential. 8 point something K. We don't like to see that.
We don't talk about goal differences.
Mythics coming in finally from Pio. They have the Rod of Ages on Anivia. So that's it. It's gonna be the fourth opener from the Aurelia. You know, GB had a pretty rough start of the season, but they seem to be climbing up the ladder now.
What's GB at right now?
I think after this, it's going to be their third win if this game goes the
Well,
way
if they win.
Yeah.
Right now, GB is sitting at 2-3.
Yeah, I mean, they're about to hit 500 with this win if they can finish it off.
500 what?
500 mobile points. Oh. He escaped, but don't tell the boys. Rita Burrito is fishing for an advantage, but just can't find any.
It just feels so hard for Pio to do anything. Because at this point, I mean, they could sit back and clear with like a Nivea and Super, but then they also just get outposted with Rare Syra.
Don't tell the boys in real deep. He might be. Oh, he's not dead yet. Yon over the wall. Are they baiting for Yon here? Do they know? It looks like Yon is just going to clear the camp though. No intentions to dive just yet. Don't tell the boy limps away. I think the egos of Pio are a little more bruised as Malachi is just going to get straight soul kills. No, he flashes the Yono and lives because of it. Good flash to keep himself up. He definitely would have died if he was tagged by that Yono. And now Rita Burrito caught out in the jungle. Gets a nice double stun. Going to use worms to secure himself a path out in the top side. That's someone kind of clean though. Oh, he's coming back. Gets a double mark. He's going to use the buff. Use the mark on the buff. Oh, he has to flash out though.
Sad.
He saw the angle, but the whole squad is here except for the bear. He's casually pushing mid. $10,000 gold lead plus at 16 minutes and 42 seconds.
Caribou says it's over for GB.
What, 16 minutes and 42 seconds, 42 seconds? I think we knew it was over for GB like a solid 9 minutes ago, right?
No, it's over for GB.
Oh, for GB. Oh, true. What's the win con? Ask Adam the win con here.
Yeah, Caribou, what is the win con for GB?
Tell us, give me the future. We need it. The world was built on hope.
I'm watching the stream in Mosaic, by the way.
Are you?
Yeah.
Do I need to fix it? I can fix it.
It probably didn't right click.
Here, see. Well, there's not really too much to talk about right now.
Who has the best skin in the game?
In this game? Like in this game? Or like in the...
This game.
In
this game.
What Sivir skin is that?
It's not the sexy one.
Oh, is it Blood Moon? What is that?
That looks like, what is it called? That looks like Blood Moon.
Oh, that Yon skin's kind of
Is that the? I don't know what yellow skin that is.
Like
but yeah, that looks cool. Zac is blue. Galley pass. That's high to embarrass.
Speaking of Zac, the play. Oh, the stun lands on Shiitake Ace, but not on Zac. Burrito is big gone. They're gonna try to take Worm back though. They're gonna get the blobs out. Nice stun in the Schlucker Beer, but these blobs about to reform, but it's gonna be a kill over to J-Chunk. And Kawasaki Ace is stuck in the wall. Ooh, he kind of like bleeds through the wall. That was kind of weird, champ. Gonna get caught by the Maokai though, and he's gonna go down. This is gonna be a big shutdown over to the Maokai, unfortunately. But oh, Maokai goes down. Schlucker Beer slowed from the saplings. Big Q over the wall, but Jason's gonna flash for it.
Okay, come back.
I mean, that was 3 kills for 2. We take those.
Take it. We take those.
Unfortunately, one of those kills again went to Maokai.
The big kill.
Maybe another kill here. Under the Nick Mead, surely. Oh, he's actually annihilating.
God.
They're actually doing literally no damage to him.
Hello?
It's gonna be a full trade.
The Nick Mead?
The Ginsos and the Immortal Steel Bow doing tons of work as he stacks up auto attacks. But they have technically closed the gap a little bit. It was 10k a few minutes ago. Now it's actually only like around 8k.
GB is gonna drag here. If you're a PO, what are you thinking?
I mean, honestly, it's. I wonder if they're thinking at this point. No flame, no flame. It's like when you're down this much, though. Are you really thinking about like where do we set up next to go for a pick, etc.? It's kind of hard. I mean, they have so much pressure everywhere on this map. Objectives are constantly spawning. It's kind of one of those moments where you just delay the game, and if you see an opportunity and your team is stacked around it, you got to jump on it. Unfortunately, their team has very few methods to do that.
How do you jump when you're a bird? They have Rift Herald still? It's only 20 minutes?
Here's the Rooney right off the back of the Rift Herald. And like, there's not much thinking to do here, right? Because it's just dead. I mean, they walk in, they die. There's just not much they can do. Oh, Worm though, going in solo Bolo, doesn't get anybody whipped in to kiss. Yeah, I mean, there's just not much you can do right now as PO. You don't have the zone control. You don't have the comeback mechanics to make a real hard engage on the backside. It's got to be a 2-item Aurelia finding a huge engage and then doing Aurelia things and totally outplaying people, but it seems pretty unlikely at this point. There's too much easy CC to stop the Aurelia from doing it. There's the Zac CC, the Galio taunt, Galio knockup, the ult, like, there's just so much. Even Bears and Zyra both have CC. Yon technically has a decent amount of CC actually. It's just really difficult for Aurelia to find an angle to pop off. And so if that's not available to you, I think all you're really doing as a studio comp is not thinking, just looking for random picks. People making mistakes now, trying to capitalize. Even here, might have made a small mistake as he gets stunned. But Burrito gonna go straight over the wall. He's gonna try to dual mode this wall. But Kawasaki Ace has the wallet dip. Oh, Nick Mead got out in the middle of nowhere, but don't tell the boys coming in to bail him out. He's gonna go down to the Maokai for Maokai's 3rd kill. He has 50% of his team's kills.
Okay.
That one definitely unavoidable. Someone had to kill him. May as well be the tree.
Someone had to.
Where is the 2-for-1? And off the back of that advantage, here comes GB storming down the mid lane. Gonna shred this tower a little bit. Nope, no an ADC. Honestly, they can't get too much work done here. And actually, a lot of damage comes back into Don't Tell the Boys for his troubles. The tower still stands while Yone pushes the bot side. it Yone or Yon, Alina?
I say Yon, egg yolk, Yoni,
I always say like
Yone.
no, like Yone. Like watch me whip, watch me Yone.
Watch me Yone. That was a little cringe.
I would never. 18-6 is the scoreline, and that gold advantage has ballooned to around 12k now.
Wait, it used to be 8k.
It's inflation, Elena. Didn't they teach you in school? It's like the price of eggs, just like egg yolk.
Not egg yolk.
Oh, nice little chunk on a full panda. They're just bullying him now.
Leave him alone.
Might be one of the few times we've witnessed a murder live on BTL, Twitch TV, but
Hold on.
I mean this game,
No, this is
pretty
kind
out
of
of reach.
pretty out of reach, but it's kind of going slower
It
than
is.
I wanted
GB
to.
is playing with the food a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Just accelerate the game a little bit faster, but
End the game.
right here it is, the Dragon Soul, to unleash the Elder Dragon.
Unleashed.
Yeah, though I really doubt this game will go far enough to even use the Elder Dragon at this rate. Full Panda here is the burrito, but so is the Galio. Kawasaki Ace
Oh no.
still has his ult available after this stopwatch. He's gonna try to stack him his Q, get it comboed in for a big ult
no, not the
on a
combo.
2.
Donna ult. The bird
The
is here.
Bloodthirster, or not Bloodthirster, Shield Bolt keeping him pretty healthy, but it's actually gonna be a couple kills back over. Triple to the Yon, but it's 3 for 2, and GB comes out ahead. Burrito here trying to go for a play, gets snared, gets the stun off, but dies real quickly. No real chance for the Aurelia there to make a big outplay. And with only Anivia up, it's a full push.
They don't have any waves yet, though.
Yep, not immediately, but the wave top side is coming in hot. They're going to devote at least 2 to messing with this wave and pushing the tower. As they finish the wave, they'll rotate over to the mid lane where Varus has been building his own wave. This game is getting a little long in the tooth. GB looking to finish this out soon. Upon Steven's next spawn, Kawasaki Ace and Galio, the Dream Team gonna run down mid lane, run towards that Baron over there, spawning soon in 40 seconds, and I think that Baron is probably just going to be the end of it.
Unless the steal?
There's a miracle defense.
Miracle steal?
A little bit of damage to Kawasaki Ace. Not that much in the long run as he lifesteals it all back up. Look at that Galio waddling through river, Nina.
Waddle.
Big CC and Rico. Gonna go down for yet another death. Full squad there to take him out as Yone pushes the mid lane solo. J-Chung running for dear life. If this Baron had any sympathy for Pio, it would also run for dear life, but unfortunately it does not have legs and is stuck there as a whole team beats on it and uses it for music video material.
Maokai's in the area.
Oh, Panda going in deep! can't get the smite though. Valiant attempt. I understand. You're down a pretty big hole right now.
He had to.
Yeah, he had to, but to no success.
Now what? GB can just run it down? Ooh! Big John ult.
Oh, he's dead anyway.
He's dead.
Oh, Steven Int right, Gerg says.
Hey.
He doesn't know about the chat rules.
Give that guy a penalty.
Sub. Hello. Toss right, Gerg 7. A penalty, please.
I just don't have enough to catch up to you, buddy.
Cresting the 30-minute mark soon. Now Tyler unleashing the ultimate. Worm disrupting their backside though. Jay-Chung is stuck. He's surely gonna go at least down to egg. Stopwatch to buy some time. Rico's back like it's a stun, but he goes down. The egg goes down, and this is gonna be it. We're gonna run through the mid lane, and it's curtains, or not even the mid lane. Just gonna run after tower. It's curtains for Theo, unless there's a miracle from the Lurazini and Gerg's hand. But looking unlikely. Save your KDA, Clarissa. Run! Don't do it! Oh, she dodges the snare. Not dodging the other attack. Young comes in and one-shots her. He does die for his troubles.
Take it.
We take those. At 31 minutes, 41 seconds. 30 minutes, 41 seconds. GB take home their third win of the season, Elena.
We're putting them to 3-3.
Yeah, the 50% win ratio. Thoughts, Elena? GB win?
GB win.
Yon pumping out tons of damages. Over 1,000 per minute on the Yon.
My god. How do you do math so fast, Brian?
So much math. It's in my blood. But the whole team seems to have popped off. 12-2-2 on the Nick and Mead. 3-1 and 13 on the Zyra. A team victory to the very end. Who do you want to interview, Elena?
Who hasn't been interviewed from GB?
I don't know. You find one. I believe in you.
You should go ask them.
You should go ask them because I have the stream.
Oh, you do have the stream.
What the heck, Elena? Give me someone to interview. Give me. Well. Not the craziest game of all time.
Hello?
Hello, Karasaki Ace.
It's Steven.
How did it feel beating the living hell out of Rito Burrito? Thoughts?
Look, dude, let me tell you where he messed up, okay?
Uh-oh.
This guy, look, everyone knows I play a lot of Aurelia. Why would you play the champion I know every single combo of into me? Anyways.
Uh-oh.
Honestly, before going into this match, I was kind of a little nervous because I'm a little bit washed. And it's Rito Burrito. Man's very talented. He knows what he's doing. But you know, sometimes a couple of fights in the early game don't go your side in a coin flip matchup, and then you know you're kind of just doomed. You know, I don't think there's much you could have done after the first couple deaths.
Sometimes things don't go your way. The coin flips tails, and it looked like it flipped tails for Rito Burrito here. Did you think it was gonna go that way after that level 1? That level 1 was insane. Only 1 kill, but summoners burned across the board. Their entire team had 1 flash remaining.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't play much against Janna. Gerd kind of threw a weird curveball because I don't know. When was the last time we've seen Janna in BTL when it wasn't that one solo lane cheese? But anyways, I didn't see the tornado coming, and then I died. and I was very angry after that, and I took it out on Rito Burrito. I apologize.
Poor Rito Burrito. Well, it looked like it was a pretty good team effort, though. Your bot lane was winning real hard, too. So, props to the Nick Mead and Schlucker Beer for showing up. They've been doing that a lot recently, as you have also started coming into form, bringing you guys to a 3-3 record. You guys are actually a 500 team. How do you feel about that? It's all up from here?
We're still trying to figure out our team identity. We don't really know what our playstyle is to a certain extent. We're kind of just trying a bunch of things. For like first game, I think it was, or one of the first wins we had Nikolai on Swain, and now he's playing more of a setup. I mean, it's kind of similar, I guess, but he's playing more of a supporty, setup-y style with Galio. Luckily for him, the sides won really hard, so it's very easy for him to set up after that point. But we're kind of unsure. We'll see how it goes. It's getting better, though. Our team's getting better for sure.
All right. Well, next you guys are gonna face XO and Daycare in the mid lane. Thoughts about XO and how this match is gonna go for you guys?
Dekar is gonna get embarrassed by Nikolai.
Ooh,
Calling it here first.
His ass beat, some would say.
Yeah, look, we our bot lane and me, and Worm played pretty well. I mean, everyone played really well on our team, but the side lane's obviously carried in this game, and now it's Nikolai's turn to carry. He's ready for it.
All right, we're gonna hold them to that. Anything you want to ask Elena before we leave Mr. Steven to his fate?
How do you feel about Gerg racking up penalties to say Steven still inted in game?
Honestly, it's not like what he said wasn't wrong. I definitely was running it at some points, but I don't know. I am kind of the mindset. I like the little bit of trash talk, but some people don't like it, so I understand what the rules there.
Yeah.
Me personally,
Gerg's banned forever after this.
yeah, me personally, I would love to just banter with Gerg. I had to stop myself from getting that penalty, So.
Well, now that the game's over, you can banter all you want.
That's true.
You actually have a platform for it now. The people hear your voice and they want more.
Look, dude. If Gerg was on a team, I would talk some trash right now for fun. But he's subbing. How much crap can I get? He's helping the team out. He's a good guy.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Good
I
guy
can't be flaming him
That's
here.
all we're taking away from this. Good guy Gerg and reformed Steven. Thank you everyone for watching. Thanks Steven for putting on a show on the Yone or the Yonene or the Yone. What do you call it?
Gerg sucks.
Okay. That sounds like Yone, kind of. Alright, thanks everyone. We're done for today. Tune back in, I don't even fucking know. 2 days from now for TG versus AR. Goodbye, friends.
Goodbye.
See you later.